Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwartner. Welcome to Selling Power TV. Today we have the pleasure of meeting with David Warner, and he is the author of a wonderful book called The Sales Checklist. Get it right every time. Welcome, David.
Well, thank you. My pleasure to be here.
So you have a special course based on the book, which is a 90-minute sales training. Can you share with us how that works?
And over the last few years, I became more and more troubled that I thought some things were missing. Ask yourself this question. If we were to pass out a case study to the sales team of an important live opportunity and say, what would you do next? How many answers would you get? And inevitably, it's, well, how many salespeople do we have? Well, there's a process problem there. And then the second thing that bothered me is even after all the great training out there, the average closing rate across all industries is about 25%. Well, from a Six Sigma perspective or lean manufacturing, that's 75% defects. And so I think we need to look at, we can elevate sales to the same level of precision as the other areas within the company. Just think about who else has complex environments? Well, pilots have complex environments. And pilots are very, very skillful. And I think the vast majority of salespeople out there are very well trained. There's always new things and ongoing training, but most salespeople I engage with have good, basic, solid skills. That's not what they're missing. The same thing as the pilots. They know how to fly the plane. Well, what do? They use a checklist before every flight. And the reason they do that is the outcome of missing a step is often catastrophic. So I saw the need that how do we put together a checklist for sales that complements what people are doing right now, doesn't replace anything, but gives us a way to look at any opportunity and in about 5 to 10 minutes say, here's how we're positioned based on data, not gut feelings. And then with that, look at how we then move forward. So what we do in the 90-minute webinar is each participant will work on a live opportunity they have. And we'll take them through the individual components of the checklist, and they'll review each one. And then when they're done, they know exactly what they need to do next. And then from a coaching standpoint, if I do that with you and you say, okay, Dave, next time you're going to go out and you're going to do these two things. When I come back, it's not, well, how did it go? It's, okay, you're going to do these two things. It's binary. And so by having a checklist, it allows us to make sure we're covering all the steps consistently. So just as an example, before the first thing on the checklist is fit. And so what we mean by that is before we even start engaging with this customer, spending a lot of time on the opportunity, we have a sweet spot. Every company has a sweet spot. If this company that you're talking to is outside of that, why would you want to pursue them when there's others that are in your sweet spot? And those tend to be the long drawn out losses, low margin orders, all sorts of things versus the ones that are a good fit. They tend to go quickly, they tend to be more profitable and long-term customers. It's simple to use. It's just a matter of asking a few more questions, but it's things that we miss. Dave, did you ask if it was budgeted? Oh, I know I should do that. Everyone knows you should ask, but I didn't. It's just things like that can cause real issues, down the road.
Your book is one in a decade book that sales leaders should have on their desk. I think it's a great management tool, but also that all salespeople should have, because it invites you to be more disciplined in your approach.
It takes away a lot of the sleepless nights too. We all have huge orders and important orders we're concerned about. This can help you identify you're not going to win this one. Maybe early on, or here's what you need to do to fix it, but at least you're working with data. And when companies start to really embrace the idea, we know we win 1 out of 4, let's get really good at losing with 1 or 2 of those right away. But to do that, we have to embrace that new culture. Right. So when you come back and say, well, Dave, did you get these 2 things on a checklist? No. Hey, congratulations. That's following the process. That's a good thing. It's sort of changing the mindset from, all we want is yes. Well, all we want is yes, that we lose 75%. So embracing the no and welcoming that, rest of things take care of itself.
Awesome. I would recommend everybody go to Amazon.com and get the book, but also go to Dave's website that's featured in the video below. Thank you, David.
Thank you. My pleasure.